Saturday is the day. Now, everyone has gone ahead to obviously come up and put out his or her guns. You understand? PSG Arsenal has put out its guns. I've just posted a video, my recent upload on this channel shows how Arsenal players have gone ahead to fly to Budapest in there. Thursday has been the day. Tomorrow they'll obviously go through what we call an open training session of 15 minutes, then a press conference for Mikel Arteta, and then we will wait for the game of football on Saturday. That is it. Now, for PSG, obviously, I told you last time when I did a video that Achraf Hakimi has been past fit and he's now ready to start the Champions League final against Arsenal. So, smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And it's always a pleasure to be here talking to you. I don't know, is this the 5th video of the day? I think it's the 5th, right? So, the marathon is on. I know my usual suspects are like, Rokani, you were really back. And I tell you, I'm not gonna look any further apart from giving you the best that you guys deserve in here for you. Now, from PSG, we obviously have reports for Achraf Hakimi. But guys, before we do that, do the needful. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe. You know where we want to be. And you want to be into the 30K family subscribers, right? So, if we clock, if we get 68 subscribers before the start of the day, we will be in the 29,000 family, and then we will push to see it that we hit 30,000 in the next coming days, because I want us to obviously start the 15th of it's the 15th of June when the summer transfer window opens, when we've gone ahead to hit that milestone. Right? So, what are we getting from PSG? This is the PSG report. They are telling us that Achraf Hakimi is fit to start the UEFA Champions League final versus Arsenal FC on Saturday, as all doubts regarding the defender's fitness are gone. He is available to be selected in the starting 11 should Luis Enrique and his staff choose to do so. Now, it shows you that in the right back position, PSG are a little bit far or better than the club known as Arsenal, because the guy known as Achraf Hakimi, to me, he's one of the best right backs in the world, is fit to start. He returned in full training on Tuesday, and when he has used Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to obviously put himself in a position of being fit to start in the lineup of Luis Enrique. Now, it will depend on Luis Enrique, because, is it called Zaire? Something? He's one of those players that has been played in the right back position recently. Even in the semi-final, they played down in what's the side called? In Allianz Arena in Munich. He was the guy responsible for playing as a right back. So, we wait. But this is a very huge boost for PSG, because Achraf Hakimi is really good going forward. He's good at really bringing in that final ball. And he's also good at set pieces. So, he's one of those players that, if you are PSG, you wouldn't like to miss. If you're an Arsenal fan, he's one of those players that, if he's missing the piece or the jigsaw of PSG, you are like, at least we can say we are not in danger in that particular position. But when we talk about the right back situation, Achraf Hakimi, not having gone ahead to be playing all those minutes, and is going to be facing Leandro Trossard, Martinelli, players that have been fit for the last 2-3 months at Arsenal. That really speaks volumes, I tell you. It speaks volumes, and I think he will need to be at his best, because what is coming at him is unusual. If he's going to be played 90 minutes, you'll have to play 60 minutes of facing Leandro Trossard, and then they'll obviously bring in a speed merchant known as Martinelli to obviously test your muscles, how far they can stretch to match his his lightning quick pace onto that left side. So a lot has to be put into consideration. But Achraf Hakimi ready for this big encounter, ready for the big occasion, and we're here to wait and see whether it will go on as planned. But all in all, it's been looking good and great for the side of Achraf Hakimi, and PSG is smiling in there for you. So it remains for the manager, Luis Enrique, to make a decision on whether to start him or not, and I know he'll start. The manager, Enrique, will start the guy. Now, we've been told again from the PSG report that the atmosphere at PSG over the last 2 days of preparation is that of refining the last details without changing the group's habits before the biggest game of the season. This week, the staff focused mainly on collective and tactical work. 2 major video analysis sessions were organized with the entire group, one devoted to offensive animations and the other to defensive work. Luis Enrique, on his part, seeks to keep his group calm. The training sessions became more individualized this week with tactical work on the field and possession exercises. Now, when you look at PSG, whatever they want to bring in at Arsenal, Arsenal can combat it because Arsenal is the best defending team in Europe. That is it. So they've gone ahead to combat all sorts of attack in there for you. And the problem PSG do have is they are going to play an open game. And Arsenal is that kind of team that will bring you any kind of game that you obviously want. And we saw to it that PSG, when they scored against Bayern Munich, they sat back a little bit. And I know they will do it. They'll do it because you can't play Arsenal when you're all open for all those minutes. That is it. So I think sometimes they'll open up, and other times they'll obviously find themselves in a position of really playing a low block and playing it safe. Because if they happen to play an open game against Arsenal, Arsenal might find it easy to really destroy them, because the last time they played, Arsenal really had a squad that was really thin. And this time around, Arsenal is having a more thick squad. And I tell you, it's really going to be hard for that side to obviously come and conquer in there for you. So we wait and see how things will pan out into that particular encounter. But the manager is trying to obviously put out video analysis. Why are the video analysis very important? Because you need to look at how Arsenal is obviously going to be coming. You know, Arsenal is really the most difficult team to plan for. Why? For the set pieces, it's very hard to know how they're obviously going to come. Are they going to start short ones? Are they going to go long? You know, because even if they go long, how will you obviously stop them from obviously scoring against you? And it's one of those things that they will capitalize on, as it has been a tool for them since the start of the last 2-3 seasons for the club of Arsenal. So they need to do the video analysis onto that as a group, because why did he call in for this group? Why did he call in for these group sessions? Because he knows to it that, one, the corners are defended as a team. Even pressing, you press as a team. And the pressing structure when you're playing Arsenal has to be well defined. Because the problem with Arsenal is they do have players that can beat that press. You understand? Because you can give Martin Odegaard that ball and he can use it to do anything. Trossard can hold that ball until tomorrow. You understand? They have Riccardo Carafiori as the left forward, as the left back. He can do the needful. So they do have people who can beat the press. And PSG has to look at that a lot. You know, Odegaard, Riccardo Carafiori, Leandro Trossard, those 3 players are really going to be very integral into this. And that's why PSG are like, I think even that guy is looking at them. I tell you. For Declan Rice, what he does is really running around, doing the interceptions and blocking, you get. But Odegaard will be the person responsible for obviously releasing the Sakas of this world, the Jokereses, and very many others into this beautiful game of football. And we wait to see how things really pan out. Now, lastly, they've told us that the atmosphere around the group and training is considered positive. PSG want to arrive in Budapest focused and calm. The staff are also focused on set pieces in training this week, you've heard, despite it not being one of the squad's biggest strengths. The main goal of the staff is to be able to carry out their tactical plan during open play. As part of the preparation, the staff have taken into account the weather, mainly the heat, as it would have complicated physical recovery, thus forcing the staff to depart the training sessions accordingly. So, set pieces, you know, if PSG are not paying a lot of attention to set pieces, I tell you, they'll pay for it. I'm here to let you know they'll pay for it, because that is the strength of Arsenal. You understand? So they'll pay for it. They will pay for it. You understand? And if they really don't pay for it, I'll be surprised, because that is the weapon of Arsenal. You get? And you never know who is obviously going to be scoring against you. The return of Julian Timber is another boost into the set piece goal scoring opportunities for the club of Arsenal, because sometimes they obviously make that run and all those players are at the back post. Sometimes they're at the front post. Sometimes they are at what we call the mid post, you know. So they need to obviously look at all this. But all in all, the plan they have, to me, is the best if it works out in the open play, because set pieces won't come regularly, but the ball for the 90 minutes will almost be on the pitch for like 60, 70 minutes. You understand? So I think they're obviously doing something great for themselves, and I really do believe that justice will be served onto the day. So your thoughts on Achraf Hakimi ready for USL final are welcome in the comment section below. And the PSG plan for the final is in. I'm out. Bye-bye.